It's Calvin Estrada striding in for Long Beach State to lead things off for them offensively here in the bottom of the first inning. Just getting started here in Long Beach. Dirtbags and Xavier. Third game of this three-game set. And the Musketeers went down pretty much in order. Did get a walk out of their leadoff hitter, but then grounded into a double play. So Luis Ramirez, the starter for Long Beach State, faced the minimum, and that will be a little tougher to do for Xavier's starter, Xander Rojahn, as he hits Calvin Estrada on the first pitch. Tough way to start. Boy, that's your first pitch of the day in the game, and almost goes behind Estrada, but did nick him, lower back, barely touched him, so doesn't hurt as much, but he's on at first as a hit batsman nonetheless. And Chase Luttrell now steps in, swings and misses at the first pitch, 0-1 to Luttrell, the left-handed batter, at the plate. For the Dirtbags, the number 2 hitter today, getting the start. See, awaits the right-handed pitcher. And Rojahn, high chopper to the left side, shortstop Altenberger on it, goes to second for the first out, but the turn to first well late. It was a slower ground ball. Luttrell was able to beat it out at first, but it goes 0-1 because it's a forced out at second. And there's one out in the inning. So Estrada goes back to the dugout as the first out, and Luttrell stays on at first. So the lead runner was put out 6-4, and now it's Connor Cox at the plate. He'll wait a little bit as Rojahn goes to first in a pickoff attempt. Luttrell back diving safely. And another pickoff throw to first. So Luttrell has to stay close to the bag here to start this one. His first time on base today, and it's his chance to maybe get a second stolen base attempt. And at least that's what Xavier's thinking, as first offering to Cox is a fastball outside, and he swings at it and misses 0-1 to Cox. Luttrell 1 for 1 stolen base-wise this year. Cox awaits the 0-1 offering from Rojahn. A breaking ball, big slider. Goes inside and then breaks back over the plate. And Cox just wanted to have a look at that one as it broke in the strike zone just in time to be called strike 2. 0-2 the count to him. Another throw back to first, and Luttrell back diving safely from Rojahn. So Xander Rojahn, the right-hander, the freshman on the mound today for Xavier, has an 0-2 count to Cox, and now it's a foul ball. So we'll do it again at 0-2. Rojahn, 6'3", from Elk Grove, Illinois. So far, doesn't have a decision on the year. Has really just come in with 5 appearances. This is his first start. The 0-2 to Cox, line drive, foul, and out of play. And Rojahn with a 7.2 ERA, really just 10 innings pitched so far. He has allowed 9 runs, but this is a Xavier team that has seen some very high scores. We'll talk about that a little bit later as Cox awaits the 0-2 pitch. Righty-righty matchup. Rojahn from the stretch kicks, deals, fastball outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Latrell hasn't looked too aggressive, and he hasn't tried to play any mind games yet. He's just staying put there at first. Now has to dive back again. Another pickoff attempt from Rojahn over to first. Latrell back diving safely. It's not really taking much of a lead. Just a medium 3 to 4 step lead. Enough to get Rojahn's attention. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball outside. Swung on and missed. It was really just a check swing from Cox, but he definitely went around. So strike 3, 2 outs. That slow breaking ball from Rojahn really sweeps across the plate. And Long Beach State will have to get used to that for the rest of the game. That's pretty good stuff there from the starter. As Leonard Jones steps in. Jones has hit the ball hard a few times in this series. It's the cleanup hitter today. Has to wait another pickoff of first. That time Latrell barely back diving safely. Much quicker turn from Rojahn. Trying to catch Latrell napping. First pitch now to Jones is a pitch out, and Latrell now back diving safely. A snap throw to first. Interesting to see how much attention Xavier is giving Chase Latrell right now on at first. I get that he's pretty fast, but there's already 2 outs in this first inning. Jones drives one to left center, dropping, and it goes in front of the left fielder Walker. Latrell, speedy, goes all the way to third. Kind of a bloop single for Leonard Jones. I think he hit it off the end of the bat. Just trying to pull a ball that was going to the outside part of the plate. And many times if you do, you get out in front of it a little bit, but he got enough contact to muscle it out into left field. And now there's 2 runners on. Runners at the corners for the Dirtbags, and Ricky Desa is up. First pitch to him, check swing, and it's on the inside corner, called strike anyway, 0-1. And you know, Jones has shown so much power this series. You almost have to play way back on him. So any bloop single like that is easy for Jones to get in. I know that's not what he was going for, but he gets it. He gets the ball to bounce his way that time as Desa takes outside and high. 1 ball, 1 strike to the second baseman today, batting 5th for the Dirtbags. Might as well look at the rest of the lineup here. Tyler Porter bats 6th. He's the shortstop. Aiden Malm is the designated hitter. He bats 7th. Cole Joy is the catcher. He bats 8th. And Santino Rivera rounds out the batting order at 3rd. As Desa takes on the outside corner. 1-2 the count. Another good breaking ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to the right-handed batter in Desa against the right-handed pitcher in Rojahn. First run 90 feet away, and if the ball gets away, as it almost did there, could be the first run of the ball game as Rojahn pitches well outside into the opposing batter's box. But a good block by the catcher Manastra. And it's 2-2. Gets set, does Rojahn, the pitch outside, and Jones was going to second. No attention paid to him. He gets a free bag there. A stolen base for Leonard Jones. Really just defensive indifference. And the count now swells to 3-2 to Ricky Desa. Now first base is open. You walk Desa, the 3-2, outside and low. Really didn't look like he was trying to put it in there. He was trying to avoid Desa's bat. And now the bases are loaded for Tyler Porter. And this is what Xavier's been doing this series. We've already seen this situation where Tyler Porter had a walk in front of him because Xavier was trying to get to his bat instead to end the inning. So we'll see how Tyler Porter does it this time. Average-wise, he is the weakest hitter in the lineup today. Porter hitting 156, only 5 for 32 so far this season, but he does have an RBI, and that was off of a double earlier this season. And we all know, as watching Tyler Porter last year as a freshman, he can hit the ball, and I'm talking for the radio listeners. The reason why I'm talking so much right now is because there was a mound visit for Xavier, so they were talking a lot about what they're doing with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Really just have to focus on the batter at the plate. But what's your defensive alignment, right, on the infield? And right now they have the third baseman, Hausinger, almost in on the grass. The rest are playing straight up, and Porter looked to hit it right past him, go down the third base line, but he hits it foul, and it's 0-1. So Dace is on at first, Jones on at second, Luttrell waiting on at third. The 0-1 pitch to Porter, grounded up the middle, gets past the pitcher, but right to the second base bag. Easy play for Rivero, the second baseman, and that records the third out. So we go to the second inning, no score. Dirtbags did get a hit, though. You're listening to Dirtbags Baseball on Aiden Mom leads things off for Long Beach State here in the bottom of the second inning. The designated hitter today for the Dirtbags, looking to set the table for them as the number 7 hitter here in the second inning. He looks at ball 1 well inside. 1-0 to Mom. Mom has seen a bit of the field in this series as well, has played left. The 1-0 pitch to him is a fastball outside, 2-0. Mom has started all 3 games of this series, as the 2-0 pitch is a ground ball foul and out of play, 2-1. Should say he played right field to start the Friday night series. As Mom now fouls one back again. It's 2-2 the count. Walked, has been hit by a pitch, walked again, has scored in that eventful 8th inning. At least his position in the batting order scored on Friday night. He got pinch run for by Alex Pimentel, but he really started that 8th inning where the Dirtbags were able to score 5. They were down 1 going into the bottom of the 8th. Score 5, bring it to an 8-4 ball game. Ended up taking the win at that score. And now Mom looks at a 2-2 count. Up high goes the fastball, 3-2. Mom, the right-handed batter against the right-handed pitcher in Xander Rojahn. Rojahn into the full wind again, 3-2 pitch. Outside, ball 4, leadoff walk. Like we were describing on that 8th inning for Aiden Mom. So now it's Cole Joy with the leadoff runner aboard. The catcher for the Dirtbags, right-handed batter, awaits the first pitch, looks outside, ball 1, and a snap throw to first, trying to get Mom napping. Lots of attention paid to the Dirtbags base runners so far in this one. 1-0 the count to Cole Joy. And the runner on at first in Aiden Mom has to change his belt, I believe. I don't know if it was broken diving back of first, but Mom was able to switch belts with the first base coach, so now he's back on and ready to go, and there's a pickoff attempt at first. Mom was back diving safely. Interesting to see how much attention Rojahn is paying to Dirtbags base runners so far. Aiden Mom is 3 for 3 stolen bases this year, and does have to dive back again. Joy awaiting at the plate. Still a 1-0 count to him. Now the second pitch delivered, and he fouls it away, 1-1. For Rojahn, the man on the mound for Xavier, he allowed 1 earned run in his first appearance against Memphis. Then 5 earned against Ole Miss, always a great opponent to face number 15 at the time, as Joy takes ball 2 outside, 2-1. And that's been the Xavier Musketeers season so far, facing tough opponents. They always have strong preseason schedules. They faced number 15 Ole Miss, number 3 Louisville, as Joy reaches at one, chops it up the middle. The runner was going, so the lead runner is safe, and Joy is thrown out at first from the shortstop Altenberger. There's that hit and run where Joy protected the runner going to second and Malm. So Malm is now at second with 1 out in the inning, and Santino Rivera comes up. So Rivera, the number 9 hitter for the Dirtbags, hitting 171 so far, 7 for 41, as he looks at a slow breaking ball that goes below the knees, maybe inside. 1 ball, no strikes, and the battery has to talk. The catcher Monastra going out to talk with his pitcher, starter Xander Rojahn today. And look, for a freshman in his first collegiate start, want to settle him down, see how long he can go here. Not sure if it will be a bullpen game for Xavier, as the longest Rojahn has gone this season so far is 3 2/3 innings. Pretty good for a reliever out of the pen. And of course, as a freshman, you're just looking to see how much you can get out of this young arm. So he looks back at second with Mom dancing around. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch is in there, but fouled away towards the dugout of Xavier. Still got room for the first baseman Franzoni to make the catch. I'm kind of surprised that the pop-up stayed into play. Look, there's a lot of room, especially on the right side. Bull Diamond. As Franzoni was maybe a few steps away from the dugout, and we recorded the second out. The bottom of the second, and Calvin Estrada now up as the leadoff hitter, but definitely an RBI getter for the Dirtbags, as he's got an RBI opportunity out there at second. Looks at strike 1. Change of speeds from Rojahn. No balls, 1 strike. Estrada, first time up, first pitch was hit by a pitch. The 0-1 is on the outside corner, 0-2. And this is probably how you attack Estrada if you're the man on the mound in Rojahn. Slower pitches, breaking balls that go to the outside part of the plate because Estrada does like to pull the ball. Now breaking ball goes inside, in on his hands. He just softly grounds it to the left side. And the shortstop, Altenberger, makes the play to first. And a clean inning for Xavier. So the Dirtbags get one on, but that's about it. Still no score going into the third. You're listening to Dirtbags Baseball on 22 West Radio in Long Beach. So it's Chase Luttrell leading things off for the Dirtbags here in the bottom of the third inning. We're coming off of a catch made by the man who hits in front of him in the batting order, Calvin Estrada. What a play to end the top half of this third inning. Now Luttrell takes the first pitch, grounds it over to first. Easy play made by Franzoni, steps on the bag himself. 3 unassisted on your scorecard, and there's 1 out. So now it's Connor Cox stepping up. Cox hitting .405 right now. Came into the series as the hottest hitter for the Dirtbags. Actually the Big West Player of the Week from last weekend against number 6 Mississippi State as he looks at ball 1 inside and high, 1-0. And yeah, the Dirtbags really coming off of 2 weekends where they were able to beat ranked opponents in the series. 1-0 is a swing and a miss. And Cox now evens it at 1-1. You know, to win a series 2 out of 3 against number 6, always good. But to sweep formerly number 17, Wake Forest, the weekend before, even better. And that's why you find Long Beach State in number 17 spot right now. 1-2 the count now to Cox as he took the last pitch. This series, he struggled a little bit. But he looks at this 1-2 pitch that hits him. Well, Connor Cox gets on base via a hit by a pitch, as he is known to do, honestly. As Leonard Jones now steps in, the cleanup hitter awaits the first pitch. He singled his first time up. Cox has to dive back to first and another pickoff attempt, and that one got away from Franzoni, the first baseman, a little bit. Cox wanted to run and see what he could do with it, but didn't get away enough for him to try. Ball in outside and low, and a snap throw to first. Cox back diving safely, easily. Now it's 1-0 the count to Leonard Jones. Cox is 3 for 5 in stolen bases this year so far. Now has to dive back again, and Franzoni kind of stumbles over him as the throw went over the head of Cox, who was diving into the bag, and Franzoni tried to step over him just to stay safe and not really fall over Cox. As now the 1-0 pitch to Jones goes to the backstop, and that's a free bag for Connor Cox. So, you know, you talk about paying attention to the runner, and speed kills sometimes, right? But when you offer to the plate, always got to be careful. You got to keep it there as well. Now all of those pickoff attempts kind of wasted. So the wild pitch now ends with Cox at second with 1 out, and now a breaking ball goes well outside to Jones. 3-0 the count. Let's see if Jones has the green light here. 3-0. Lots of power there in the right-handed bat. Well, a turn and a throw to second. By the way, we got to talk about how Connor Cox has been hit by a pitch 7 times this season so far. 7. Half of the games for Long Beach State, basically. He's been hit by a pitch. As Jones takes strike one at the knees. 3-1 the count now to Leonard Jones. RBI opportunity out there at second. Another pickoff attempt. This one a lot closer, but Cox is back safe. And look, as a base runner, you know how many steps you can take out there. And he's not really dancing around, so it's not like Xavier's going to try and catch him off guard. They're just trying to keep him honest. 3-1, a breaking ball that is off the plate, maybe inside. I don't think anybody at the plate thought it was a ball, but no strike called, and Jones gets a free bag. It was a 3-1 count, so that's ball 4. Like, not even the batter, Leonard Jones, was ready to go to first off that pitch, but hey, it missed. It was a breaking ball that was trying to go from the inside part, break over. I guess it broke too late. Now it's Ricky Deza with 2 runners on, 1 out. Swing and a miss. A big one from Deza. He wanted that first pitch fastball. It's 0-1. So now, Xander Rojahn, the starter for Xavier, is in that situation that Luis Ramirez has had to get himself out of. With 1 out, there's runners on first and second. Deza waits the 0-1 pitch. Actually, he's going to wait again as Cox goes back to second. Another pickoff attempt. And I wouldn't say that Connor Cox is a big lead over at second. Your standard maybe 3-4 steps off the bag. 0-1 the count to Deza. He waits the pitch, swing and a miss again. 0-2. Rojahn blowing it by him here. No, meekly swung at that one. He knew he was late from the get-go. Now it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out to Deza. The pitch is a breaking ball outside, 1-2. He kind of checked his swing. Definitely no swing called. It's now 1-2. Deza in his first time up walked, and if he does so here, would load the bases. We've seen that before this series. It's 1-2 the count. The pitch, fastball fouled away. Do it again. Deza, one of the senior leaders on this team. Born in Hilo, Hawaii, but transferred from De Anza College. Now it's 1-2 the count. And it's a ball that hits him in the back. A breaking ball that just got away from Rojahn. I mean, that's the 3rd hit batsman, but I wouldn't say any of them are intentional, not in the slightest. Just an unfortunate turn of events for Rojahn on the mound. That breaking ball, look, that breaking ball is great. It sweeps across the plate. He's just not hitting with it. He's not locating it right now. And that one was proof, as it started well inside, and it couldn't break in time to even miss the body of Deza. And he just turned his back, took it. There's nowhere for him to go. And now it's Tyler Porter again with the bases loaded. Porter had a first and second situation in his first time up today, and he grounded out to end the inning, but that was with 2 outs. Right now it's only 1 out. And the first pitch to Porter well outside. Good play by Monastra not to let it go to the backstop. That could be the first run. And it's 1-0. The count to Tyler Porter. And yeah, again, we bring it up. Tyler Porter now hitting 152. Big situation for him, though. Ground ball through the right side. That's an RBI single. Around third comes Jones. Can he make it? And he is thrown out at the plate. That was definitely an aggressive call for Jones to go home with it. I wouldn't say he was out by a mile, but he was definitely not very close as the ball came in to the catcher Manastra. Easy tag applied, but hey, one run comes in. So Tyler Porter does his job, gets his second RBI on the year, and proves that he's still a threat, even with the bases loaded. His Aiden Mom now comes up. And he takes the first pitch, grounds it to short, so they go to short way to second to end the inning. Force out there, but the Dirtbags get the first run on the board. It's 1-0 Long Beach State going into the fourth. You're listening to Dirtbags as we begin the bottom of the fourth inning. And Cole Joy leads things off for the Dirtbags offensively here. So the first pitch from Rojahn is grounded to short. Easy play for Altenberger. That's one out. So it's Santino Rivera right now. Number 9 hitter in the batting order today. Popped out his first time up. As Xander Rojahn looking to recover from a one-run third inning. We gave up the first run of the game, but now his offense has backed him up and tied it back up at 1. So he offers the first pitch breaking ball on the outside edge to Rivera. 0-1. The 0-1 is popped up into foul ground again, and this time it drifts all the way foul and out of play for Rivera. Xavier scoring 1 run last half inning with their first 2 hits of the game as Rivera takes outside 1 and 2. A leadoff triple and then a single. When you talk about the response from the Dirtbags defense to cut one down at home with the infield in and only 1 out. And that really turned things around for the Dirtbags and prevented Xavier from taking the lead. So Rivera took high and outside. It's 2-2. Now the pitch is up high and inside. It's 3-2. Rojahn in his 4th inning of work, already up to 57 pitches. Now a line drive sent over the head of a leaping Rivera and into right field for a base hit. A bloop base hit for Rivera. Over the head of Rivera for Xavier, the second baseman, who tried to time his jump. Just couldn't get his glove on it. Maybe a couple inches from the ball there. That's how close it seemed. It's just a soft line drive that was blooped out there enough to get a base hit for Rivera. And now it's Calvin Estrada. That all-important bottom of the order base runner is on for Estrada, leadoff hitter. First pitch, and it's a swing as Rivera was going to second on a stolen base try, and he's caught stealing. It's a hit-and-run play, and it failed there. So the first pitch was well outside. Estrada couldn't reach it, and Rivera cut down at second. That was his first stolen base attempt on the season. Now there's 2 outs. Estrada takes off the plate. It's 1-1. So with Rojahn on the mound, it seems like Long Beach State really does want to run on him. The 1-1 pitch to Estrada is grounded foul. And Rojahn knows it. He's been almost over aware and has tried to pick off multiple base runners multiple times to prevent a stolen base attempt. But that time, it worked out for him. And maybe mostly because it was a hit and run play. The stolen base attempt wasn't meant to be a pure stolen base attempt. There's meant to be some contact made, and Rojahn missed wide with his pitch, and that helped him out. Now it's 2-2 the count to Estrada, misses outside, 3-2. Estrada was hit by a pitch to lead off the game offensively for the Dirtbags and grounded out to short last time up. 3-2 pitch with 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Rojahn gets his strikeout. And he heads back to the dugout, keeping it at a 1-1 tie. Listening to Dirtbags Baseball on first pitch to Garrett Schultz is low and below the knees. 1 ball, no strikes. To the right fielder. He's had a pretty busy day out there in right field. The 1-0 is now pulled to deep left field. Schultz gets a home run. Solo shot, and that's the go-ahead run for Xavier. They're up 2-1. Boy, are they fired up. One and two the count. 2 outs, 2 on. Last chance. The pitch. Ground ball right side. Chopper. Play made by Rivero. And that does it for Xavier. Well, they take the last game of this 3-game series. 2-1 for the Musketeers. Long Beach State still wins the series 2 games out of 3. But Xavier can move on in the Southern California part of their road trip in a good mood, looking to face and beat USC and then Cal State Fullerton after that. For Long Beach State, this is the last time we see them for a little bit. They go to Tulane this upcoming weekend and then Cal State Fullerton in Fullerton after that. Then they'll come back for a USC matchup on March 24th. But for now, a 2 runs, 8 hits, 1 error victory for Xavier, 1 run on 6 hits, and 1 error for the Dirtbags. All the pitchers today did a fantastic job, from the starter in Luis Ramirez to Devereaux Harrison to Xander Rojahn to Jack Lynch to Jonathan Kelly. Xavier just pulls it out in the end in 11 for a great crew at Beach Vision and 22 West Radio.